Check. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District Retirement Banquet. I am Mark Henry, Superintendent of Schools, and I have the honor of being your MC tonight. There are several groups that we want to recognize, but before we do that, please join me we're going to give thanks for the meal, and I'd ask Dr. John Ogletree to come forward, please.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we are so thankful tonight for this occasion which brings us together to dine. We thank you, God, that in your word you said that for everything there is a season, for every activity there is a time under heaven. And the occasion that has brought us here is the celebration and honoring of those who have given their time, their passion, their commitment to students. And these people have made our district great. And they have left some lasting memories and imprints upon CFISD. So we ask that you would bless this whole occasion and bless this food that we have already begun to eat. And bless the food that is still to be eaten. We thank you and ask that you would bless this celebration. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Ogletree. Tonight is the third largest district in the state of Texas, which has grown to educate nearly 112,000 students. We gather to celebrate our retiring employees. CFISD has a long-standing tradition of excellence in education, and many of the reasons for that are sitting right here in this room. I have been fortunate enough over the past 3 years as superintendent to meet many of you. Each of you played a key role in the lives of our students, the success of our district, and the great reputation of our community, and it has not gone unnoticed. Even after leaving our district, the love for this district and our students does not end. And that's shown this evening by many of you coming. I've even heard people coming from as far away as Austin to be here this evening, so certainly we're glad that you're here. If you're a former employee, would you please stand and let us recognize and thank you this evening? Thank you very much for coming back this evening. Not that I could stop you, but please feel free to continue to enjoy your meal while I make some introductions of special guests. At this time, I would like to recognize our board members who are here this evening. We have Mr. Bob Covey. We have President Mr. Don Ryan. Vice President, Mr. Tom Jackson. Secretary, Ms. Christine Hartley. And as you met earlier, our board member, Dr. John Ogletree. We also have a couple of former board members joining us this evening. I'm proud to introduce Albert Arechiga. And Howard Wagner, right here in the front. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming back this evening. As you know, our middle schools, elementary schools, and support facilities are named for former employees who made a special impact on our district. This evening, several of our namesakes have joined us. I'd like to ask them to stand as I call their name. Please hold your applause until I've called all of them. Barbara Burks. Tom Danish, Peggy Duryea, John Hemingway, Judy Kayla, Sue Pope, and Deanna Swinkie. Let's give them all a round of applause. I'd also like to mention that our retirement banquet is funded in part by a donation from our good friends at the Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union. I'd like to recognize and ask him to stand and thank the president of Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union, Mr. Cameron Dickey, right here in front. Mr. Dickey and the Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union have a long history of supporting the school district and have a tradition of supporting this retirement banquet started by Miss Debbie Blacksher, former CEO, and Debbie is also here this evening. Debbie, if you'd stand so we could recognize you. Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union has long been a great friend of Cy-Fair ISD, and certainly we appreciate all they do for us. In fact, just recently, the Cy-Fair Federal Credit Union made a commitment over the next 10 years of contributing over $500,000 to Cy-Fair ISD and its causes, so we certainly appreciate that. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this evening dedicated to honoring those who have devoted their professional lives to our children. At this time, I'd ask Mr. Don Ryan to come forward so he can say a few words. Don?
Thank you, Mark. What an awesome evening. And I think Dr. Ogletree said it best when he was doing the prayer. And I was proud of John. He's a pastor, but he really did good on that. I've worked with him about praying and stuff, and he's gotten a lot better. No, but when he said to honor the people that have made our district great, and then I turn to my right, and I see John Hemingway, who 28 years ago played the organ at my wedding, and he was my middle school choir teacher. And actually, he's the first person that told me ever to, you can lip sync. You don't actually have to say anything. I'm like, dude, you're the man. This is awesome. So on behalf of the board, well, I probably shouldn't say that. The board's probably going, not on behalf of us. No, but you know what? This is an awesome day. It's a day, it's kind of bittersweet, actually, because you guys have made such an impact on not just our students, but our community. And we really are so grateful to you and to your families. I know that, they've had to make sacrifices along the way. So thank you for all that you've done on behalf of our students, my own personal children, in our community. So have a great night. Enjoy this evening and everything it does to celebrate you. Thank you very much. Am I supposed to do something now, Teresa? Look, huh? I'm doing what? This is why I'm board president. Woo! We'll be back when? Oh, we're going to be back at 6:40. Y'all probably heard Teresa, but hey, 6:40, we'll be back.
Good evening. I'm Roy Garcia, Associate Superintendent for School Administration and Leadership Development. I will be introducing the first group of retirees. Our first honoree is Paula Austin. Paula has served 20 years in education, with 17 of those years with Cypress-Fairbanks. She has been an assistant principal's aide and the assistant principal's secretary at Dean Middle School. Paula says, "My plan after I turn off my alarm is no plan." I like that plan. Paula, we wish you the very best. Next is Sydney Bartlett. Sydney has taught at Millsap, was the district social studies coach, and most recently a teacher at Hancock, serving a total of 25 years in education, with 20 of these in Cypress-Fairbanks. Her plans for retirement include spending more time with her family, especially her grandchildren, traveling, and other interests such as singing and church activities. Good luck to you, Sydney. Our next retiree is Sue Bayless. Sue has served 10 years in education, all at Wilburn Elementary School. Her most recent assignment was as a PPCD paraeducator. She also served as an instructional and a life skills paraeducator. She plans to spend her time quilting, traveling with her husband, gardening, and tending to her elderly 90-year-old father. Congratulations, Sue. Our next honoree is Deborah Becker. Deborah has 16 years in education, all with Cypress-Fairbanks. She served as a special needs bus driver working at the Eldridge Transportation Center. Deborah wants more time with family and friends. She wants to travel and enjoy life at her own pace. Thank you for your service, Deborah. Next is Karen Bell Evans. Karen has been a teacher at Bain and Hopper, serving a total of 34 years in education, with 15 of those in Cypress-Fairbanks. Karen plans to relax, travel, help her daughter plan her wedding, and look forward to grandchildren. Enjoy your retirement, Karen. Our next retiree is Laura Boyd. Laura's 28 years in education have all been in Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District. Laura was a teacher at Post, a counselor at Lampkin, Sampson, and Feast, and was a testing coordinator at the Instructional Support Center. She plans to spend her retirement traveling and doing volunteer work. Best wishes, Laura. Our next honoree is Manya Bradley. She has spent 36 of her 41 years in education teaching in Cypress-Fairbanks. She has taught at Libi, Owens, Bain, and Matzke. Manya would like to visit Hawaii and attend a jazz festival in Switzerland. She also plans on cooking and watching movies with her friends. We wish you the very best and thank you for your service. Congratulations. Next is Georgina Bowie. Georgina has served a total of 19 years in education, all in Cypress-Fairbanks. She began her career as a bilingual teacher at Owens and most recently was a Spanish teacher at Langham Creek. Her plans for retirement include sleeping in until at least after 8 a.m., she says, and seeing more of the world. In fact, she has already planned a trip to Austria, Hungary, and Poland for this summer. Good luck to you, Georgina, and safe travels. Our next retiree is Sheridan Carey. Sheridan served 25 years in education, with 18 of those years in Cypress-Fairbanks. She has taught at Millsap, Goodson, and Hamilton Middle School. Sheridan wants to spend time with family, travel, read, and volunteer. Congratulations, Sheridan. Next is Linda Chambliss. Linda has spent 29 of her 30 years in education in Cypress-Fairbanks. She has been a teacher at Dean, Cook, Langham Creek, and most recently, the Director of Instruction at Aragon Middle School. Linda wants to read more for pleasure, work out with her son, who is a personal trainer, and travel with her husband. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Our next retiree is Chilap Chan. Chilap has 7 years with Cypress-Fairbanks. He has worked as a custodian at Owens, Tips, Truett, and Cypress Ridge. Chelap says he wants to be happy and have no troubles. Great advice for all of us. Best wishes, Chelap. We appreciate your service. Our next honoree is Joyce Cherry. Joyce's 23 years in education have all been in Cypress-Fairbanks. As a paraeducator, Joyce has worked with life skills and pre-K at Owens and Haregrove. She wants to vacation with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren and travel to visit America first and then see the rest of the world. Joyce also says, "Oh yeah, and hanging out with my 2 daughters because after all, I am still the coolest mom on the block." We wish you the very best, Joyce. Our next retiree is Barb Coball. Barb served 36 years in education, all in Cypress-Fairbanks. Over these years, Barb has worked as a teacher, assistant principal, and math and science coordinator. She has worked at Adam, Winfern Administrative Building, and the Instructional Support Center. Barb plans to spend her retirement relaxing, enjoying her grandchildren, and completing all those projects that she never had time to finish. Congratulations, Barb. Proud of you. Our next honoree is Carolyn Kofelt. Carolyn has 37 years in education, with 14 of those in Cypress-Fairbanks. As a life skills paraeducator at Dean Middle School, she wants to relax and enjoy her 13 grandchildren and volunteer to help people, especially those with Down syndrome. Carolyn, we thank you for your service and best of luck to you. Next is Sharon Collins. Sharon has 22 years in education, with 10 of those with CFISD. She has worked as a teacher at Langham Creek, a special education homebound teacher working out of Cypress Ridge, and a CEHI homebound teacher. Sharon is excited to see where God leads her on the next journey. Enjoy your retirement, Sharon. Congratulations. Our next retiree is Kara Colville. Kara began her CFISD career as a teacher at Adam and then became the behavior interventionist at McPhee. She has spent 25 of her 30 years in education in our district. Her future plans include moving to Missouri to be closer to her family and continue working for a few more years until she can retire for real. Best wishes. Congratulations. Our next honoree is Sharon Cook. Of her 30 years in education, Sharon has spent 10 of those in Cypress-Fairbanks. She has been a counselor at Moore and Black Elementary. Sharon will enjoy her grandkids and travel. We wish you the very best, Sharon. Congratulations. Next is Marilyn Daigle. Marilyn has been a paraeducator in Cypress-Fairbanks at Feast for all 19 years of her employment. She plans to spend her retirement with family, friends, and the grandkids. She also will be traveling with her husband and just resting, not getting up early when she wants to stay in bed. Good luck to you, Marilyn. We appreciate your service.
Thank you.
Our next retiree is Marie Davis. Marie has 40 years in education, with 15 and a half of these in Cypress-Fairbanks at Jersey Village. She has been a business technology teacher and a BCIS cooperative training coordinator. Upon her retirement, she will work at the Department of Defense as a military test administrator. Congratulations, Marie. Proud of you. Our next honoree is Sharon Day. Sharon has 26 years in education, all in Cypress-Fairbanks. She has served as an art teacher at Horn, Campbell, and Arnold. She completed her 26 years with CFISD as a high school art teacher at Cypress Creek. In retirement, she plans on setting aside time to paint each day, to become active in several professional art organizations, garden, and travel. Thank you, Sharon, for your years of service. Next is Enos Diedrich. Enos has 21 years in education, with 14 of those in Cypress-Fairbanks. She has been a bilingual teacher and a lead mentor teacher for new teachers at Danish. In 2007, she was the Bilingual Teacher of the Year. Enos wants to continue working part-time, travel to Europe, and spend time with family and friends. Enjoy your retirement, Enos, and congratulations. Our next retiree is Jim Drought. Jim has 44 years in education, with 30 of those in Cypress-Fairbanks. Jim has been a world history teacher, coach at Cypress Creek, and a PE teacher and head basketball coach at Cypress Falls High School. Jim wants to sleep late, play a little golf and tennis, enjoy the grandkids, and this was my favorite, and second guess his son's coaching at Cypress Woods. Best wishes, Jim. Next is Pam Edwards. Pam has 36 years in education, with 25 of those years in Cypress-Fairbanks. She has been a teacher at Campbell and Watkins, was the electives department chair at Truett, director of instruction at Arnold, Winfern, Lyby, and Kayla, and most recently, director of high school curriculum instruction at the Instructional Support Center. Pam wants to travel and will be building a home in Tennessee. Good luck to you, Pam. We appreciate your service. Our next retiree is Marty Edwards. Marty has spent 33 of his 35 years in education in Cypress-Fairbanks. He has served as a teacher and football track coach at Jersey Village, an assistant principal at Arnold and Goodson, and most recently, the director of general administration. Marty plans to travel. Guess what? He'll also be building a home in Tennessee as well. And perfecting his golf game. Congratulations, Marty. Our next honoree is Mary Erickson. Mary has spent 25 of her 32 years in education teaching in CFISD at Holmesley. She plans on enjoying her family, tending to the garden, and traveling. When her husband retires, they will move permanently to their lake house in North Carolina. Mary, we thank you for your service. It sounds like a few want to go with you to that lake house. Congratulations. Next is Victoria Franklin. Victoria has 30 years in education, with 13 of those years in Cypress-Fairbanks as a teacher at Reed Elementary. Victoria wants to relax, enjoy her family, travel, enjoy their new home, and continue to be an advocate for children, teachers, and public education. Enjoy your retirement, Victoria, and thank you for your service. Our next retiree is Mary French. Mary has 17 years in education, with 11 of those in CFISD as a teacher at Kirk. Mary wants to pursue her interest in gardening, cooking, and reading. She also plans to volunteer at church and with children, but her biggest priority will be to spend time with her grandchildren and family. Best wishes, Mary, and congratulations. Please join me in congratulating the retirees you just met and the many years of service this group represents. At this time, I would like to turn the introductions over to Dr. Linda Macias.
Good evening. Will the P through Z honorees please go to the hall to line up and be ready to be recognized, please? P to Z honorees. Our next retiree is Roger Gillespie. Roger has 14 years in education, with 11 of those years in CFISD as a teacher at Cy-Fair and Cypress Ridge High Schools. This is Roger's third retirement. Previously, he retired from the U.S. Air Force as well as the business world. He thoroughly enjoyed his 3 years at Cy-Fair High School, 3 years overseas teaching in West Africa, and the past 8 years at Cypress Ridge High School. His wife retired from CFISD last year, and he will join her traveling and enjoying their 8 children and 34 grandchildren. Roger wants to relax, read, and write. Good luck, Roger. You're going to be very busy. Come on, Margaret. Our next retiree is Margaret Golightly. It's Margaret Golightly. Of her 19 years in education, Margaret has spent 15 years in CFISD. Margaret has served as a counselor secretary at Cypress Creek, secretary in elementary curriculum at ISC, counselor secretary at Cypress Ranch, and ended her career as secretary to the assistant superintendent of support services. Margaret wants to spend more time with family and her grandson. She also wants to travel, volunteer, and work with her hobbies. And Margaret, thank you so much for taking care of my daughter in high school. Congratulations, Margaret. Our next honoree is Elizabeth Goodson. Elizabeth Ann Gordon. Elizabeth, 22 years in education, have all been with CFISD, and all at Hamilton Middle School. At Hamilton, she was a classroom aide, the receptionist, and for 18 years, she was a counseling secretary. Elizabeth will be spending time with family, traveling, and looking forward to her husband retiring. Thank you, Elizabeth. Congratulations. Next is Diane Gritzner. Diane has 25 years. Hi, Diane. How are you? Hi, honey. Diane has 25 years in education, and all with CFISD. She started in the copy room at Owens, served as a technology assistant at JV, Dean, Bain, and Frazier, and ended her career in the customer care center at ISC. Diane says she will enjoy Sunday nights because Monday will be just another day. And will enjoy life without an alarm clock. Enjoy your retirement, Diane. We'll miss you. Our next retiree is Greg Gruce. Greg has 38 years in education, with 31 of those years in CFISD. Greg served as a PE teacher and football coach at Dean, Libi, and Hamilton Middle Schools, a PE teacher at Millsap and Hamilton Elementaries, and an assistant principal at Arnold and Goodson. Greg plans to do some handyman work, get in some fishing, visit friends and family, relax, and enjoy watching the kids grow up. Best wishes, Greg.
Thank you.
Our next honoree is Luz Guerra. Luz has spent 18 years of her 23 years in education teaching in CFISD at Hare Grove Elementary. She has been a pre-K bilingual teacher and also a Title I teacher. In retirement, Luz will take care of her mom and travel the world. We wish you the very best, Luz. Next is Karen Hahn. Karen has a total of 36 years in education, with 12 of those years in CFISD. She was a teacher at Leader and Wilburn. Karen plans to travel with her husband. After retirement, they will be able to go to events and places that they were unable to go while she was teaching. Good luck to you, Karen.
Thank you.
Our next honoree is Deborah Harbin. Deborah has spent 36 years in education, with 24 of those years in our district. She began her CFISD career as a teacher at Emmett, where she later became an assistant principal. From there, she was named principal of Holbrook and then opened Duryea. In retirement, Deborah plans to be involved in the children's ministry at her church and hopes to travel to the Northeast and see the beautiful fall foliage. Congratulations. Our next retiree is Kathy Harris. Of her 31 years in education, Kathy has spent 24 years with CFISD. She has been a teacher at Matsky and Alt. Kathy will be treasuring the memories of a fabulous career in education. Being with family, friends, traveling, and relaxing will be in the immediate future. Simply stated, she will breathe, trust, let go, and see what happens in her journey. After all, as she says, life is a great big canvas. Through all the paint, you can't add it. Congratulations, Kathy. Our next honoree is Susan Holler. Of Susan's 33 years in education, she has spent 23 of those years with CFISD as a teacher at Holmesley. Susan wants to travel, spend time with family and friends, and enjoy life. Susan, best wishes. Our next honoree is Ellen Honing. Ellen has 24 years in education, with 15 of those years in CFISD. Ellen has been a teacher at Watkins and Langham Creek. Ellen wants to spend more time with family and friends and not setting her alarm clock. We wish you the very best, Ellen. Our next honoree is Marty Itridis. For 17 years in education, Marty has spent 7 of those years in Cypress-Fairbanks ISD. Marty has worked as a teacher at Cypress Springs. In her retirement, she will be working with her husband and wants to enjoy playing and spending time with her 8 grandchildren. Congratulations, Marty. Thank you. Our next honoree is Shirley Jones. Come on over here, Shirley. All of Miss Shirley's 18 years in education, right here, there we go. All of her 18 years in education have been with CFISD. She has worked in the food production service at Post, Bain, and Emmett. Miss Shirley says she wants to enjoy life to the fullest in her retirement. Congratulations, Miss Shirley, and good luck to you in your retirement. Our next honoree is Becky Keels. Becky has 31 and a half years in education, with 27 of those years in CFISD. Her 27 years have been at Post teaching PE and ESL. Becky will help her sister care for their mom, volunteer at K9 Angels Rescue and the Texas Wildlife Rehabilitation Center, read and backpack. Thank you, Becky. Good luck. Is it Canelli? Next is Karen Canelli. Karen has 9 years in education, all in CFISD as a teacher at Langham Creek, and she tells me this is her second retirement. Karen wants to enjoy life because she has been working since she was 16 years old. Karen, congratulations and enjoy your retirement. Thank you. Our next honoree is Louis Colesi. Louis has 11 and a half years with CFISD and has worked as a school bus driver at the Telge Transportation Center. Louis wants to travel and work on his hobbies. We wish you the very best in your retirement.
Thank you.
Hi, Sally. Next is Sally Lowe. Sally has 10 years with CFISD and has been the receptionist at Farney Elementary. Sally says she will travel with her husband and enjoy their grandchildren. Sally, good luck in your retirement. Thank you. Hi, Charlotte. Okay. Right here. Our next retiree is Charlotte Martin. Charlotte has 39 years in education. Of those 39 years, 34 have been with CFISD. She has been a teacher at Hancock, Millsap, Gleason, and Danish. Charlotte is looking forward to having fun with family and friends. She will have adventures with her grandchildren here in Cypress and with her sisters in East Texas. She wants to travel and already has a fall trip planned to New York City. Charlotte, congratulations, safe travels, and enjoy New York. Hi, Kathy. Our next honoree is Kathy Maddox. Kathy has 33 years in education, with 26 of those years in CFISD. She has worked as the Special Education Department Chair and teacher at Cypress Falls and Jersey Village, as a Special Education Administrator at Langham Creek, and most recently a Special Education Coordinator at the Instructional Support Center. Kathy says she now wants to relax, read, travel, and enjoy life with family and friends. Kathy, congratulations. Thank you. Our next honoree is Jan McCorkadell. Jan has 26 years in education, with 25 of those years with CFISD. She has been a teacher at Moore, Blyle, and Hamilton Middle School. Jan wants to relax, travel, and work on her hobbies, volunteer, and spend time with family. We wish you the very best, Jan. Thank you. Oh, Martha. Our next honoree is Martha Mason. Martha has 27 years in education, with 16 of those years with CFISD. She has been a teacher at Bain, an assistant principal at Bain and Bang Elementary. In her retirement, Martha wants to travel. Martha, congratulations and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
Hi. Our next retiree is Gloria Mealer. Gloria's 22 years in education have been with CFISD. She was a food production worker at Holmesley and a food production worker and assistant manager at Langham Creek. She has worked at Leader and at Copeland. She has enjoyed working with the students and co-workers and has made many, many good friends. Gloria's future will include more time with her family, her mom, and enjoying much more time with her grandchildren. She wants to travel more and take care of her wonderful husband of almost 35 years. Best wishes. Hi. Our next retiree is Liz Mogadam. Liz has 26 years in education, with 20 of those years in CFISD. She has been a teacher at Hancock, Truett, and Hopper. Lynn says she wants to begin working on the when I retire list of things to do. Congratulations, Lynn. Thank you. Hi, Joe. Hi. Our next honoree is Joe Ness. Of her 27 years in education, Joe has 23 years with CFISD. She has worked as an art specialist at Adam and McPhee. Joe wants to travel the world, sell and buy antiques, live on an 80-acre ranch, become a junk gypsy, and repurpose furniture with junk. Become a chef and take cooking classes in France, Italy, and Mexico, and finally have the time to create her own artwork. You're going to be very, very busy. Enjoy your retirement, Joe. Good luck. Back here. Carmen? Hi. Our next retiree is Carmen Nieves. Carmen has 7 years with CFISD and has been a life skills paraeducator at Post and Copeland. Carmen wants to travel more with her husband. Carmen, best wishes in your retirement. Thank you so much. Glenda? Yes. Our next honoree is Glenda Norman. Glinda has been in education for the past 34 years and a teacher in CFISD for 26 of those years. She has taught at Leader, Metcalf, and most recently, Robinson Elementaries. She hopes to volunteer at Robinson, helping out with reading and writing and tutoring in her retirement. Congratulations, Glinda, and we'll sign you up when you get down there. Congratulations. Hi, Doc. Our next honoree is Doug Ogletree. Doug has 25 years in education, with 23 of those years with CFISD. He began his career as a teacher at Wilson. He was an assistant principal at Moore, Hancock, and Wilburn. Doug's most recent position was principal of Kirk Elementary. He is already spending more time with his daughter, exercising, fishing, reading books, and doing some home projects. Doug, we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Hi, Leanne. Next is Leanne Olivares. Leanne has 20 years in education, with 6 of those years in CFISD at Postma. Leanne wants to continue to write books, do storytelling for children and adults, travel, and sleep late. Good luck to you, Leanne. Our next retiree is Noemi Ortiz. Noemi has 20 years in education, with 7 of those years with CFISD. She has worked as a bilingual paraeducator at Kirk and McPhee. Noemi will spend time with her family and travel with her husband. Noemi, congratulations. Thank you. Please join me in congratulating the CFISD retirees and their many years of dedication to our students. At this time, I would like to turn the introductions over to Teresa Hull.
Good evening. I'm Teresa Hull, Associate Superintendent for Governmental Relations, Communications, and Chief of Staff, and I have the honor of introducing our remaining retirees. Next, we have Miss Marty Parham. Marty has 40 years in education. Of her 40 years, 31 years have been with CFISD as an English teacher, English department chair at Jersey Village High School. She wants to downsize and sell her home, return to music, playing the guitar and singing, traveling to state and national parks to hike and birdwatch, and eventually build on a lake in South Carolina, and never again have to put off visiting friends because she has to grade papers. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Thank you, Marty, for your years of service. You're amazing. Next is Ginger Bocconi. Of her 38 years in education, Ginger has 28 years with CFISD. She taught at Yeager, Holbrook, and Lowry, and most recently, she was a NAC teacher at Langham Creek High School. Ginger plans on relaxing, enjoying life, organizing her pictures in her home, and assisting with her parents, spend time on Toledo Bend, and traveling. She is looking forward to her next cruise in September. So safe travels, Ginger, and good luck to you. Thank you. Our next retiree is Deborah Pike. Deborah's 22 years in education have all been with CFISD. She taught at Dean, Aragon, and Cypress Ridge. Deborah wants to travel, paint, be with her grandchildren, garden, swim, dog train, and even fit in substitute teaching. So we wish you the best, and we look forward to seeing you coming back to sub, correct?
Correct. Nice to see you.
Our next honoree is Gene Rader. Gene has 14 years with CFISD. He has worked at the Eldridge, Falcon, and Telge Transportation Centers as a regular and special needs driver. Gene wants to enjoy life at a slower pace and to spend time traveling. He wants time for his hobby in mechanics and enjoy more time with his grandchildren at the beach. We wish you the very best, Gene, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Our next retiree, is Beverly Roschke. Beverly is the art teacher at Hamilton Elementary, and she has been with the district for 24 of her 30 years in education. She would like to spend more time with her granddaughters in retirement, along with teaching art lessons and taking time to be creative. So congratulations, Beverly, and good luck to you. Thank you. Next, we have Mary Ruth Rosmondi. She has 27 years in education and 14 of those years with CFISD at Post Elementary. She has served as an art, PE, and music teacher, and also as a school counselor. Her plans for retirement include becoming the primary caregiver for her father and to volunteer in a hospital for the neonatal ICU. She wants to sit and rock those babies all day long. So good luck to you, Mary Ruth. Thank you. Our next retiree is Linda Reynolds. Linda's 29 years in education have all been with CFISD. Linda has taught at Fraser and has also been the library media specialist at Yeager and Kirk. She wants to spend more time with family, including 2 grandchildren in Austin. Linda wants to explore some interests and hobbies that she hasn't had time for and to go out to lunch and shop in the middle of the day. Congratulations, Linda. That sounds like the best plan. Our next retiree is Cecilia Rodriguez. Cecilia has 22 years in CFISD. She has worked in the Food Production Center at Owens and Horn. Leanne will continue her second job of working at a daycare, and in the summer will plan a trip. So thank you, Cecilia. We'll look forward to hearing where you go. Next is Amy Rose. Amy has worked in the food production service at Lampkin, serving a total of 11 years in CFISD. She is most excited to spend more time with her grandchildren and involve herself more in their activities. She plans to travel more with her husband and visit family who live in different states. Also, she plans on keeping busy and volunteer her time doing things that she loves to do. So best wishes to you, Amy, and good luck. Thank you for everything. Our next retiree is Dorothy Rumore. Dorothy has worked as a PPCD and life skills paraeducator at Danish in her 6 years with the district. She will be moving back to Louisiana to be with family, so we wish you the very best, Dorothy. Thank you for everything. Very special lady here. Next is Cheryl Ruppelt. Cheryl has 35 years in education, with 27 of those years at Langham Creek. She was a teacher, German teacher, which I know Langham Creek is struggling to make certain they fill that spot, technology liaison, and a grade book manager. Cheryl wants to travel, spoil her grandsons, and sleep past 5 a.m. So thank you for taking care of those students at Langham Creek. They're going to miss you. Next is Delia Sanchez. Delia has been with CFISD for 15 years, working as a special ed life skills paraeducator at Cypress High School. She plans to travel and spend time with friends and family. She also plans on working with her church with various activities and will spend time in the garden and take it day by day. Congratulations. Thank you. Our next retiree is Dolores Sandoval. Dolores has 41 years in education, with 21 of those years with CFISD. Prior to coming to CFISD, Dolores worked 20 years as a high school teacher and 12 years as an elementary school principal in Mexico. Her 21 years with CFISD was a teacher at Watkins. In her retirement, she will be working at a vintage store that her daughter owns, which will keep her very busy. So thank you, Dolores, and good luck to you. Our next honoree is Rhonda Schilling. Rhonda has 38 years in education, with 23 of those years with CFISD. She has worked as a speech therapist at Bain and Owens and a counselor at Walker and Cypress Springs. Rhonda wants to travel some and would like to work as a counselor in a private school or counseling office. Wish you the best of luck and enjoy your retirement. Thank you. We miss this lady. She left us in December. Next is Deborah Schlutz. Deborah has 25 years in education and all with CFISD. She worked as a bus driver, secretary, supervisor, and most recently as an assistant director in transportation. In her retirement, she plans to travel, enjoy family and friends, and best wishes, Debbie. We miss you. This is a familiar face, I know, to so many in the district. Our next retiree is Miss Pam Scott. Pam has 29 years in education, with 24 of those years with CFISD. She began as a substitute teacher, then became a teacher at Blythe and Hamilton Middle Schools, and ended her career as the Director of Partners in Education. Pam will continue to be actively involved on district committees and community organizations such as the Cy-Fair Chamber of Commerce, Cy-Fair Educational Foundation, and Cy-Hope. She is also consulting and enjoying time with community, district friends, and especially her 2 grandchildren. We wish you the best, but it's like you've never left.
Oh, it's all the time.
It's great. Our next honoree is Jane Seeger. Jane has 17 years with CFISD as a bus attendant working at the Falcon and Telge Transportation Centers. Jane plans on helping her husband with his full-time job of babysitting their 3 little grandsons. So good luck to you, Jane. Congratulations. Thank you. Our next retiree is Linda Shelton. Linda has 18 years in education, all with CFISD, and has served as the receptionist at ALT. In her retirement, she wants to spend time with her mom, daughters, and grandsons. Linda also wants to research family history, scrapbook boxes of photos, and volunteer. So thank you, Linda, and good luck. That would be one of my goals, to get all my pictures and scrapbooks together. Okay, Sherry. Our next honoree is Sherry Sims. Sherry has a total of 38 years in education, with 26 of those years in CFISD. She has taught at Post and Moore Elementaries, and Sherry wants to spend time with family and grandchildren and wants to travel. Enjoy your time and good luck to you. Thank you for everything. Next, we have Audrey Squares. Audrey has 34 years in education with 23 years in CFISD. She has taught at Horn, Hamilton Middle School, Fraser, and Aragon. Audrey plans to babysit her grandchildren and to sew. So best wishes to you, Audrey. Congratulations. Thank you. Susan? Our next retiree is Susan Stibbets. Susan's 15 years in education have all been in CFISD. She's been a teacher at Hamilton, Libi, and Arnold Middle Schools. She entered her teaching career at Hopper. Susan will move to Southern Maine, oh my goodness, to be closer to family and plans to raise, can, and preserve organic food. She wants to spend time with her dogs and cats, travel, and never get up to an alarm clock again, except to catch a flight. That sounds like a good one. We wish you the very best. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sounds like a great plan. Our next honoree is Debbie Stroby. Debbie Strawby? Strawby. They put an O in there. I apologize. Strawby. Debbie has 22 years in education and all with CFISD. She started her career with CFISD at Jersey Village. Then Cypress Woods opened, so Debbie became the assistant principal's office secretary and ended her career as the principal's secretary at Spillane. Debbie wants to travel as much as possible, both worldwide and in their travel trailer. She's going on a Scandinavian cruise in August, becoming a first-time grandparent soon, and will be assisting more with her elderly parents and just relaxing. So good luck to you, Debbie. We're going to be excited to hear about your Scandinavian cruise. Next, we have Patricia Pat Thomason. Pat has a total of 50 years in education, with 32 of those years in CFISD. I mean, that is amazing, 50 years in education. She has taught at Dean, Cook, and Langham Creek. Pat wants to visit with grandkids, travel, and do volunteer work with North Cypress Medical Center. So congratulations, Pat. We're going to miss you. Thank you for everything. Okay. Our next honoree is John Warner. John's 11 years in education have all been in CFISD. He was a bus driver working at the Eldridge Transportation Center when he retired, and John wants to spend time with family and friends, wants to go camping and take day trips. So enjoy your retirement, John, and thank you for everything. Take care. Okay, Sandra. Next is Sandra Westerman. Sandra has 23 years in education, and all with CFISD. She started her career with CFISD as a classroom paraeducator at Hamilton and then Lampkin. Sandra wants to read, relax, and enjoy her family, especially her 9 grandchildren. Best wishes, Sandra. Thank you for everything. Our next retiree is Penny Whited, correct?
Yes.
Penny is retiring with 36 years in education and 18 of those years with CFISD. She has taught at Joel and Hancock. Penny plans to clean her house, travel, clean her house, read, attend daily mass, travel some more, and clean her house. You're going to have it. She promised her husband. She also wants to have dinner on the table every night for her loving husband in the clean house. So we wish you the very best, Penny. Thank you. Our next honoree is Gloria Williams. Gloria is most known for her voice because she is the voice at the dispatch office. Gloria has spent her 19 years in education at CFISD. She was the lead dispatcher in the Cypress-Fairbanks Security Police Department. Gloria is traveling, doing missionary work, and continuing her schooling. So good luck to you, Gloria. We miss your voice. I always knew it was you. Oh, there she is. Next, we have Alice Arechica Wimberly. Alice's 29 years in education have all been in CFISD. She started her career as a teacher at Blyall and has worked as a counselor at numerous campuses throughout the district. Her final 3 years was as an itinerant counselor. Alice will continue to serve on the board of directors for the Cypher Federal Credit Union and be actively involved with Delta Kappa Gamma programs at her church and the Cypher Educational Foundation, and will expand on the travels with her husband and friends both abroad and in the U.S. She's looking forward to spending more time with her family. And most of all, Alice wants to carry on living each day to its fullest, like always. And if you know Alice, that's so true. Congratulations, Alice.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
Ellie Ely. Our final honoree is Vicki Ely. Vicki has 15 years in education, with 13 of those years in CFISD. She taught at Leader and Owens. Vicki plans on playing with her grandchildren and taking classes for seniors. She is also learning about a new camera to use on her next cruise, which is next month, I think.
3 weeks from tomorrow.
3 weeks from tomorrow, but who's counting? So thank you, Vicki. Congratulations. Please join me in thanking these retirees for their commitment to educating the students in CFISD. At this time, I'll turn the program back over to Dr. Henry.
Well, certainly Cypher-Fairbanks ISD is losing a lot of talent this year. We do that every year, and we always have new people come in, but you know, when people leave the district, they're still our family, and as we had our former retiree reception, it was so good to see everyone. It's like a family reunion. Everybody comes back and enjoys each other's company, and I think that's the real beauty of this community. Even though it's grown very large, the school district continues to be the glue that binds us all together. So thank you so much. Let's give our honorees one more round of applause.